Happy Monday, guys. Hope you're all doing well out there. So we're going to break down Sofi in this video, do a quick update on the charts, kind of how it's looking right now to start off the week, and then we'll break down the indexes and maybe some other stocks at the end of the video. So hit the like button, feel free to subscribe, and you might as well get up to 15 stocks for Moo, each up to $2,000. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moo, and there's also a QR code right here. Get your stocks, guys. We'll talk more about that later. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. It's about 1:15 on the East Coast right now, so we're over halfway through the day. And by the way, all the indexes except for the Russell are in the green. We have the NASDAQ up over 1%, the S&P's up 0.75%, the Dow's up 0.4%, and we have the VIX up a little bit, which who really cares about that? It's pretty much at break even, as the metals are pretty much at break even as well. So check it out. Sofi, on the other hand, is down 1% on the day. It's under $7 per share right now, and we are down roughly 8 cents. And earlier in the day, you guys can see we hit $6.86. That's after we pretty much collapsed at open. We opened up at about $7.10, and within 5 minutes after that, 10 minutes, we were down to $6.86, which was a drop of around 3.5%. You guys can see right here. And that's after we actually spiked up a bit in the pre-market to $7.27, which, mind you, when we did that in the pre-market, we took out the highs from Friday. So yeah, a little bit of volatility here, guys, to start off the week. I mean, pretty interesting here. Again, we took the highs out from Friday, but then we took the lows out from Friday in the same, morning session there, and now we're starting to rebound back over the lows from Friday. You guys can see if I draw this out, on Friday, we hit roughly, where was that, 690 at about 10 a.m. on the East Coast, and clearly we broke back over 690. Now we're actually selling back down. We're going to test it here, it looks like, in real time. Actually, we just did test it, 694. Now we're starting to bounce back up, 696. We'll see, guys. Time will tell. Overall, in the very short term, though, I want to see if Sofi is going to start pushing $7 again. 710, 725. These are some big levels from the last day or two. You guys can see here on Friday, we peaked out at about 710 in the pre-market. Same thing today, right at open. We opened up at about 710, then we dumped. So we're in this window right now. What direction are we going to pick, right? Are the bulls going to get us over 710, back to 720 plus in the short term, or are we going to go back under 690, take 686 out, and who the heck knows where we're going to go from there? Well, actually, I have an idea of where we might go from there. We might be going to the low from the end of November, which was, you guys probably know, $6.41. So at this point, yep, you guessed it, the bears are still in charge, and they're starting off the week pretty hot, guys, as clearly on this 5-day, 5-minute, we're still in a downtrend. And as of today's, rejection at open, we put in a lower high, and the downtrend is clearly continuing, right? So at this point, the next main support, if I pull up this 4-hour chart, let me show you guys this. The next main support is pretty much $6.40 to about $6.50, $6.60, that general range, as clearly now we are dumping under 7.20. That's pretty obvious right here. But then again, still, we could see a rebound later today, maybe back over 7. So we're going to have to monitor that. But the fact that we broke under 7 on Friday, today as well, we took out the low from Friday, that's not a good sign for the bulls, guys. Let's be real here. So this might be slipping a little bit more, 640, 665. Then if we take 640 out, which is a real possibility at this point, let me pull this 3-year chart up. Where could we be going from there? Let's say hypothetically. I'm not saying for sure that's going to happen. And full disclosure, guys, I'm long Sofi. I still own the stock. But let's say hypothetically we did fall through 640, which again was the low from the end of November. We could be going towards, let's see some of these levels here. $5.10. That's a spot we got to look at. That was support all throughout the beginning of last year. So about a year ago, we held roughly $5. Then we dumped down to about $4.50. So that's another spot that we got to look at, $4.50, which I don't know if we're going to get to $4.50. Obviously, guys, we're just drawing lines out here. But again, $5.15, $4.50, $4.25. That's the low here on this 3-year chart. And to be honest, guys, if SoFi gets all the way down to $4, $5, which, let me be clear. I don't think that's going to happen in the short term. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, if we do get down to the $4 or $5 range, I will be a crazy buyer of SoFi within reason, right? Because this is not a core holding of mine. It's more of a speculative position, but I would build it out even more within that speculative bucket of my portfolio, if you will, if that makes any sense, right? But yeah, we're slipping, guys, down now under $7, down over 1% in the midst of a green day, which let's break that down right now. But actually, wait, before we do that, if you have not gotten your free stocks yet for Moomoo, just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo or check out the QR code. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, and fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, and each of those could be valued up to $2,000. So guys, what are you waiting for? Use that Moomoo link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I appreciate you all as always, as that is an affiliate link, full disclosure. And let's continue on here, as again, these indexes, except for the Russell's down about 0.3%, but all the other ones are in the green. We have Triple Q, which is now up 1%. This is now trying to break back over the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart, being at about 438, 440, right around here. If that's able to break, a shot to all-time highs could be right around the corner, as we do have a wedge. You guys see this right here? We have a wedge on Triple Q. So let me set my alert right now. Might as well. Why not? What's there to lose, right? At $440 per share. And on SPY, let me pull that up. I'll put my alert at, as we do have a wedge on SPY, it seems like, as well. I'll put my alert at, let's see here, maybe 515-ish, maybe 514.50. I'll set that one right now. Mark is at or above 514.50. We'll see how that plays out. So yeah, we're seeing a nice green day today, guys, mostly driven by Google and Tesla, and I believe Apple. Yeah, Apple's up 1.5%. We got some news around Google and Apple, which I might make a video solely on that. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'm sure you guys may or may not have heard of this news yet, but it's sending Google up 5%, which is my biggest individual stock holding. So needless to say, today's a great day, guys. 5% green day on Google. And what makes it even better is, well, of course, I've owned it for years, but I bought the dip. I bought the dip when it got down to 130 after earnings, which I thought that was a complete overblown move from 156, pretty much an all-time high, down to 130 after pretty good earnings. That didn't make sense, so I bought it up, and now we're up to 150 as we got news that Apple and Google, they're in talks right now, which again, I'll break this down in a future video, but Apple and Google, they're in talks right now to have Google's Gemini AI tool in iPhones, right? Some kind of deal with, you know, the iPhone and Gemini, which would be pretty cool if you ask me. It looks like here the official headline reads, Apple reportedly in discussions for Google Gemini to power iPhone's artificial intelligence features, which, hey, I'm all for that, guys. I'm all for that as a Alphabet shareholder. And again, I will cover this more in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button. Do not forget to follow me on X and on TikTok. Those are linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.